the share of the Indian industry is less than 4%. But we are the suppliers of the generics, that more than 20% of the world demand is being met from our pharma industry. 60% of vaccines around the world are being produced in India. Despite that, our share of healthcare economy is only 4%. That is mainly because we are not focusing on innovative product. And one single drug is able to generate $30 billion in 1 year if it is innovative product.
Research or entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship depends upon the research. Both are required.
Which one first?
First is research.
Innovation or execution?
I think so. Innovation is critical, and you always have that kind of innovative bent-up mind to come up with idea which can be later executed.
So one word answer again. AI is an opportunity or a threat?
It's an opportunity.
Okay, fill in the blanks. The future belongs to the people who
dream big.
Fantastic. The biggest challenge for young researchers today is?
The one who adapts to the challenges is the one who will be successful.
What should students learn that universities do not teach?
Networking, soft skills, and they are equally important.
So, what skills should every young professional develop immediately? In particular, the research scholars.
Be a continuous learner. If you see, the healthcare industry is transforming from a small molecule to large molecules to cell and gene therapies, and one drug fits to all through personalized medicine.
Welcome to In the Line of Fire with Saraj, the real leaders, real talks, real conversation, real insights, and real impact. The purpose of this show is to tap on the gold mine of knowledge and lived experience and bring out the best and pass it on to the emerging leaders. Today, I'm delighted to host Dr. Pallu Reddanna, a renowned professor and scientist on the show. Born in a small village in Andhra Pradesh and rose to become one of India's distinguished biotechnology leaders, scientist, researcher, institution builder, mentor, and innovation advocate for more than 35 years of contribution to life sciences. Published around 200 research papers with over 10,000 citations and an H index exceeding 50. Guided more than 40 PhDs. One PhD matters a lot. He is someone who has made 40 people complete their PhDs, and they are the research scholars all across the globe today. And he has mentored thousands of students and researchers and entrepreneurs and innovators over the last 35 years. We are really delighted to have him on the show. He conducted pioneering research in inflammation biology, cancer, biotechnology, and healthcare innovation. The list is very long. I can continue to speak for an hour, but I decided to at least put some light for our audience on some of the important things. Director of National Institute of Animal Biotechnology, the Government of India. Played a key role in pioneering innovation, entrepreneurship, a startup ecosystem, and industry academia collaboration. And I think that's a big one that we will probably put some light on. Dr. Pallu is the founder, member, and executive president of the Federation of Asian Biotech Association called FABA, FABA, fostering biotech innovation and talent development across Asia. And I know that this is in the center of his heart, and he's always concerned about how to develop and build future leaders in the life sciences space. He is the recipient of multiple national and international recognition for research, excellence, scientific leadership, and industry collaborations. A passionate champion of future talent, healthcare innovation, scientific entrepreneurship, and India's journey towards becoming a global innovation powerhouse. Dr. Pallu Reddanna, this is our honor and privilege to welcome you to In the Line of Fire with Saraj. Thank you very much for joining today.
Thank you, Saraj. I think it's my honor to be on your show. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your platform. And it is a coincidence that you are playing a major role in connecting the dots. And our FABA motto is also connecting the dots, not only within India, not only within academy, but also in the industry and government and across Asia. And we have even gone beyond Asia also. Is a really a coincidence that we both are working on the same lines in different segments. Thank you.
It is your greatness, sir. This is a small endeavor from my side. I have had the chance to interact with very many senior leaders, and there's one generation of people who are sitting on the wealth of knowledge and experience and expertise, lived, experimented, and they are the ones who brought world where the world is today. It's very important for them to come out and speak and pass it on to the next generation. Before we talk about biotechnology, let me explain you the format. Something which I have discovered is the 5-dimensional leadership, and I strongly believe in that. Over the last 25 years, I've been working on that. It's extremely important for anyone to live today and to lead in the future is to first lead him or herself, then lead family, which is care and compassion, then lead team, business, and organization. Those are the 5 dimensions I thought are the circle of influences that we have. So before we talk about biotechnology, healthcare, innovation, entrepreneurship, and the future, let us first understand the journey behind the scientist, the researcher, institution builder, and the mentor. Dr. Pallu, take us back to your childhood in a small village in Andhra Pradesh. What were those early days like?
So you can imagine that coming from a small village and in a small primary elementary school, and the teachers were not coming regularly. And we came to know that my grandmother's place, there is a very good teacher. So I had to go to that village and then had my early education, elementary school, with that teacher. So that laid the foundation. I joined the Jilla Parishad High School, which is about 2 kilometers from our village. The days were we have to go to the school in the morning, come back for lunch, and then again go back for the afternoon classes and come back in the evening. Every day we used to walk up, so almost 4 kilometers or even more also. And the only thing that motivated me was just our parents, as usual, agricultural family, and farming was the major thing. And their only motive was to educate the children. So somehow I was also very much fascinated with, maybe because of my mentor, the earlier elementary school teacher. And so I was working hard and I got the first rank in the school at 10th standard. I joined Govindaraja Arts College in Tirupati, run by the Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanams. And after completing my intermediate, then joined SV Degree College, run by Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanams, BSc. And then I got admission in the university in the same Tirupati town, that is Sri Venkateswara University. I passed MSc in almost, I got the 3rd rank. And immediately after MSc, I got the fellowship to join for PhD program, the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research fellowship. And I joined for PhD. I got the opportunities to work on Central Silk Board and also opportunity in another college. I got the Government of India, the Ministry of Education and Culture Overseas Fellowship. As an exchange visitor, I can choose anywhere in the world, any laboratory to work on. I just came to know that Penn State University, there is a professor, Channa Reddy, who has been doing extremely well, and he immediately offered the placement in his laboratory. I was there from 84 to 87, and that is actually laid the foundation, and also I was introduced to the field of lipid signaling pathways, inflammation, and cancer. I was one of the organizers of international conference being conducted at Indian Institute of Science along with my mentor from Penn State, and there were a large number of scientists coming from different countries. I came all the way to Hyderabad and conducted this satellite meeting at Nizam Institute of Medical Sciences. That is when actually decided to move out of Sri Venkateswara University. Fortunately, there were openings at University of Hyderabad. I applied and I got the position as a reader. That is when my real breakthrough that happened, in the sense that I was exposed to the high-end infrastructure, and then the kind of students that they come, the atmosphere that is there was ideal to conduct research in addition to teaching. I started interacting with the industries right from the beginning. The first project that I had was with Dr. Reddy's Foundation, and so then that series continued. I started interacting with Dover Research Foundation, Natco Pharma, Shanta Biotech, Indian Immunologicals, and many other international bodies also. And in addition, I was also fortunate to get the grants from all the funding agencies within the government. On one side, industrial grants. On the other side, the government of India, that is like UGC, CSIR, ICMR, DST, DBT, continuous flow. So that really helped me to have a large number of students in my lab and then train them on various aspects. So that is actually the foundation for me to continue my journey even after retirement from the university by launching the Federation of Asian Biotech Association and many others. I was fortunate to be invited to be the founder director of the National Institute of Animal Biotechnology, one of the Government of India institutes established in a record time. I was served as the Dean School of Life Sciences. When I was there as the Dean School of Life Sciences, I was also fortunate to get the support from the Vice Chancellor to establish an incubation center. So the Technology Business Incubation Center with the support of Department of Science and Technology and the Bionest Incubation Center with the support of the Department of Biotechnology. Both were started, and in fact, we have designed the labs for the startup companies. And we have established the Aspire, a Section 8 company, which is totally independent from the university administration. And I was the founder director of that Aspire. And I was fortunate to meet Dr. B.S. Bajaj, who was the founder, who was one of the directors of IDPL Rishikesh. Mm-hmm. And he was the one who I suggested, after retirement, he came to Hyderabad and we met in one of the meetings, and he said that why not we have a platform. So All India Biotech Association was a national platform with headquarters in Delhi. Why not we establish a chapter, Southern India chapter in Hyderabad? So I was one of the founder members of that All India Biotech Association Southern chapter. In 2004, the Federation of Asian Biotech Association was established, and that is the one which provided me the opportunity to interact with industries and also provide a platform for the academy industry and various other activities. So in essence, this is the journey to start with 1969, intermediate, degree, PhD, faculty position, and after the retirement, continuing the same activities that I started, that is under the platform of Federation of Asian Biotech Association.
People who start with passion and who continue with passion, they never stop learning. Very, very inspiring story. I will take you back to my agenda to the early childhood back again, because we are in the leading self zone. What kind of child were you?
I think I was just only, except the studies, there was no other activities. I was not much fascinated with the sports. And our childhood used to be, is being agricultural family. After coming back from the school, we have to go to the field. And whether there are any kind of grazing for other animals are coming up and participate in various activities. And on vacation, so we had to go and take care of the animals, studies.
So is it true that at one point of time you wanted to pursue mathematics, but eventually chose biotechnology?
I was doing extremely well. My passion was mathematics, and I got 100% marks. So I got admission both in biology as well as mathematics. I went to Tirupati to join mathematics program. At that time, it is called as MPC, Maths, Physics, Chemistry. One of our seniors who just graduated engineering from our village, he said there are a lot of unemployment for engineers. Why do you want to join? And he persuaded me to join biology. That was one of the one which turned my.
I always say that there is some reason somewhere that triggers your decision. And if that matches your inherent quality, then it's a great match. So tell us, how does your day look like? How do you lead yourself personally?
I get up very late, in the sense around 7 o'clock or so. I usually keep working till midnight, so that's why I get up late. I just go around my house for walk for a while, and by 9:30, 10, I just go to the university and some time with the startup companies and mentoring some of them, and others also the FABA activities. A lot of students keep coming and then looking for advice and then planning some of the programs. So these are the activities. Most of the time now, it revolves around the various programs that I am conducting from the headquarters, that is Hyderabad, and planning activities for different chapters, coordinating. The FABA has chapters in about 20 countries, coordinating with them.
Interesting. If I take you back to your younger self, young Dr. Pallu, what advice would you give him?
I think I should have spent more time in sports also, and spending more time with the children, my friends and family.
Your mother and your father influenced you differently. I don't know if that is true or not. How did each shape you as a person?
Yeah. Actually, so my mother is the one which was looking after the entire house management in the farming, finances, and then raising the children also. So my father is the one who looks after the external affairs. Internal affairs, home affairs is my mother. My mother influenced me most on focusing on whatever that I am doing. Hard work and dedication. I know every time that she has to send me money for my early education when I was in Tirupati, she used to really struggle to find money. So whereas my father always, whenever my interaction with my father takes place, it is only about somebody else, third person, how they are doing, what are their problems, how can you help some of the student who just completed inter, degree, or masters. So that used to be the conversation. I think my father influenced me, to serve the society.
I've been into the pharma and healthcare industry for a shorter period of time, but I've seen what goes into it, and many times it's a frustrating situation. What's your message? What's your experience on that?
Most of the students who worked with me worked on drug discovery and development projects, and some of them were really innovative kind of products. The industry is risk averse. They would like to play a safe game. And that is where it was frustrating that we could not take it forward. It is not the case with me. There are many such kind of scientists. We have taken up this issue under the platform of the Federation of Asian Biotech Association. Promoting academy-industry interactions was one of the major motto of our FABA.
Fantastic. So pulling from there, I like you to highlight what the role of perseverance and patience for the biotechnology professionals.
Yeah, I think it is always frustrating. They have to raise their own funds, writing competitive grants, and it is not going to be so easy because the competition is very high, and it will be frustrating sometime, but one has to continuously try. And so if one is really persistent, and the continuous efforts are being made, I am sure they will be able to succeed in getting the funding and then do the research. Government is also now focusing on translation of research activities.
I recall at one point of time I was working on a culture change initiatives in one of the Fortune 500 CSC, which is DXC now third largest IT company.
Yeah.
And what we did was, the culture change initiative was the change of thought process from budgets to business planning. So everyone has started thinking of business plans. When you're coming and talking to your seniors, you're talking about a plan which is a business plan, and you're not talking about a problem. It is similar to problem to solution, and that worked so much that the seniors would not entertain people who will come with that this is the budget that I want and this is how things will happen. Rather, people started discussing about this is the business plan, these are the things that I wanted to do. And I also feel that the entire industry is under transformation. All the industries, I think, are under transformation. But as you rightly said, the perseverance, the patience would definitely pay if you are focused. So from leading self, and you have reflected a lot on how you led yourself, your personal life, your village life, and how the hard work you did over the last 35 years to reach where you are. We will shift to the second dimension, which is the team mastery. What makes a great research team? These are short answer questions.
Yeah. I think that teamwork is very, very important in any organization. In academic institutions also, there is no way that you will have the expertise in all disciplines, in all areas. And today's biology, to address the problems, you need the expertise from different disciplines. And that will be possible. You will be able to address the problem only when you have interactions, collaborations, and then only you will be able to do that. And that is the one which I practiced. I always used to collaborate, interact with people who have their different kind of expertise than what I have.
40 people have done PhD under you. That is phenomenal. And hundreds of students. What separates exceptional talent from average talent?
I think the kind of judgment that we pass on the students when they were with me and when they have gone out, I have seen large number of them. So I thought that this guy will do exceptionally well. But my assessment was wrong. The guy who was not focusing much, who was going around, and they are the ones doing extremely well today. So we cannot assess anybody with what they have under the present circumstances.
So have you learned any leadership lessons from your students?
Yeah, I think it's a continuous learning experience. In fact, what we have learned during student days, MSc or PhD, is totally different, is outdated now, today. And whatever that I have learned today in the emerging areas of biology and biotechnology, it is because of the research that I am undertaking and I am learning from the students. Every student who is working in a particular field, in fact, he is the one actually going through the literature, working out the problem and executing it. And I am also learning from them. That is how I was able to update myself on the latest developments.
Any message for the leaders who are leading talented people, especially the research-oriented people, or for that matter, in the corporate also? What is your message?
Yeah, I think the role of life sciences, the managing the human resources is the major problem. The attitude of the student, one is different from the others. Bringing them and making them to work as a team is going to be really a big problem. And you need to do all sorts of techniques, tactics to make them work under that kind of one. But so most of the time I was able to succeed, but sometimes I may fail also. The teamwork is very important. How do you cultivate that kind of culture among the employees is important.
What is your big message to the life sciences researchers, innovators, professors, and the whole community?
I think the faculty members, any academic researcher should focus, identify his strengths and focus on one particular problem and go in depth to address the problem. And if you are consistently working in one particular area, you will be recognized not only in India, but in the world.
What's your message to the biotechnology industry? How should they approach it so that in next 2 years, 3 years, situations completely change?
If you see, the industry has to see that the talent and infrastructure is available in the country. And it is this talent which is contributing to all the big players, multinational companies around the world. Wherever you see, it is our students who are contributing. Only thing is, we need to create the right ecosystem and then have the confidence of the research that is being carried in the academic institutions. And I am sure we will be able to come up with innovative products into the market. So my advice to the industry is also, and they should take the risk.
So this side is very clear. What is your message to the other side?
To the researchers.
Yes.
Researchers. So I think while working on basic research, we always have to have a look at translational research. What is the
Yes.
translational point that is there? So India cannot afford to open-ended kind of research, even if your passion is towards open-ended research, but always have a look at the translational potential of some of your findings.
Share any data in terms of the projections, how much biotechnology can contribute?
So the biotechnology in the sense, see, for example, any innovation that is happening, to take it forward, that, as I said, the researcher will not be able to talk to the industry or to the VCs to take it forward. You need a dedicated cell, which is not there in the thing. And in terms of, say, for example, recent drugs that have come up, semaglutide, you might have seen that, for anti-obesity drug, anti-diabetic drug that has come up into the market is making more than $30 billion in 1 year. See, that is the translational potential of biologics now.
So what excites you most about the future of biotechnology?
The future of biotechnology in the sense that the entire healthcare industry is moving into personalized kind of medicine. And so one drug fits to all, to personalized medicine. That is the change that is happening. So another important thing is any disease, for example, if you take cancer, it is a complex disease. It's not just single factor that is responsible, multifactorial. This is where the integrative system of medicine is coming up. So what our traditional systems of medicine has taught, in terms of Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, Ayush, it always was focusing on multifactorial kind of thing and integrative system approach kind of thing, not just one factor. And understanding our traditional knowledge and then converting that into modern system of medicine is very important. And in fact, many of the leading companies are also now focusing on that kind of approach to understand the various factors. You will not be able to address the problem with one molecule. You need the multidimensional approach.
What role do you think AI will play in the biotechnology and life sciences?
Let me give one example of drug discovery. In drug discovery, starting from target identification, target validation, then screening of various molecules, identifying the lead molecule, and then going to the clinical trials, the preclinical studies. In each and every aspect now, AI can accelerate, hasten up the discovery process. So when we were doing the drug screening, we used to do one molecule at a time or hundreds of molecules at a time, kind of high throughput screening. Now millions of molecules can be screened through AI kind of approach. Molecular modeling, drug design approaches, the vast amount of data that is being generated in genomics or proteomics or metabolomics cannot be understood without processing. And that processing is much faster now with the AI kind of data analysis and coming out with the meaningful knowledge out of the data that is generated is possible only with such kind of tools that are there. So there is a lot of benefits are there.
One last question in this segment. If India is to become Viksit Bharat by 2047, what must happen in innovation?
One is to promote academy industry interactions, much more kind of thing. And the other one is that we need to strengthen the ecosystem within the universities in terms of infrastructure, in terms of funding to the academic institutions, which has come down in the last 2 decades. So you need to strengthen your academic ecosystem and promote academy industry interaction. The major problem that we see in academic institutions, universities as well as institutes, is we are totally isolated kind of system. See, a large number of scientists are working on biomedical research, and none of the institutes or universities have hospitals and medical institutions within this. Medical institutions are different, hospitals are different, and universities are different, institutes they
The
are working in
integrated approach.
isolation.
Yeah.
There is no such kind of integration that is happening. Leading DST, DBT institutions, they're all working biomedical problems, but they do not have the clinical side aspect. We are working on a problem, medical problem, without understanding the basics of clinical aspect of the disease process. So that is one which needs to be promoted by the government of India. That of late, IITs have just started introducing the medical schools and hospitals, and hopefully that will happen in all other universities also.
So, Dr. Pallu, thank you for so many insights. They're truly, truly helpful and very insightful. We will make our conversation a little light, but this time we would not have the option of one sentence even or one paragraph.
Okay.
I will confine you to just one word answer. So we're getting into a rapid fire segment, and there is no right wrong answer. It's just the way you want it to be. But this makes the whole show little interesting for people. So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So one word answers: research or entrepreneurship.
So entrepreneurship depends upon the research. Both are required.
Which one first?
First is research.
And with entrepreneurship mindset, I think that's what. Okay. The next one: innovation or execution. It's kind of a tricky but the similar one.
I think so. Innovation is critical, and you always have that kind of innovative bent up mind to come up with idea which can be later executed.
So one word answer again: AI is an opportunity or a threat?
It's an opportunity.
Okay, fill in the blanks. The future belongs to the people who
dream big.
Fantastic. The biggest challenge for young researchers today is one word, or fill in the blanks for that matter.
So the biggest opportunity for the young.
And the biggest challenge for young researchers today is?
The challenge is, see, survival of the fittest, the Darwin's theory. So the one who adapts to the challenges is the one who will be successful.
Innovation without fill in the blanks cannot succeed.
Without entrepreneurship?
I love that answer.
Business?
Degrees matter more than skills.
No, it's not true.
You need, yes. India can become a global biotech innovation leader. True or false?
Potential is there.
Yes.
We need to rise to the occasion.
If you could change one thing about the innovation ecosystem tomorrow, what would that be?
So innovation should have outlet.
Yes.
We need to create that outlet.
That's what the innovation is all about. So we now move into the future leaders segment. That is one dear segment for me, which is exclusively for young people and students. Let us now speak directly to the students. If you were graduating today, what would you do differently?
I will see the opportunities global level scale. It is not just local. See the opportunities that are there around the world.
What should students learn that universities do not teach?
Networking, soft skills, and they are equally important.
What is one mistake young professionals make repeatedly? It may not be true, but just a perception.
I think they always look for high paying jobs, but just focus on their passion. Wherever you have passion, take with that passion.
Fantastic. So what skill should every young professional develop immediately? The world is changing. It is, and everything is undergoing transformations. What is your advice for any students that, for that matter, but in particular, the research scholars?
Be a continuous learner. The skills that you learn in the college are not enough to drive you all the way. Be a continuous learner.
So the future belongs to those who
adapt to the system to grab the opportunities that are available.
So we're now getting into the last segment after rapid fire, from business to the rapid fire. Then we're getting into the legacy or future impact, which is leading organization. And when I say leading organization, it is we are also leading our country in a way. So what legacy would you like to leave behind?
So I would like to see that the major problem in the life sciences industry is unemployment. Large number of students, they do not have the right skills, they do not have the opportunities. That is where we would like to see the institutions offering the right skills and provide more opportunities for them.
What is the mission unfinished that still drives you?
See, whatever that I could do as a researcher, I have done. And whatever the problems that I faced as a researcher, I am trying to address those problems through the organization with which I am working now. The Federation of Asian, it promotes academy industry interactions, it promotes the startup ecosystem, it promotes the skill development activities. And these are the things that I would like to see in India, which leads to innovative product development, innovations coming from the startups, and the students getting the right skills to be employed around the world.
Any final message?
So, the final message for the student community is the dream big. Hard work is essential. There is no substitute for hard work. And be a continuous learner. So wherever you are, you need to update your skills. Otherwise, you will not be able to survive in the society.
Any message for the industries? How they should
Industry,
see the research innovation as money? Because that's what they do. They do business.
yeah, I think they should take the risk. They should focus on innovation, innovative product development.
Dr. Pallu, thank you for sharing your remarkable journey, wisdom, and vision on this show. From a small village in Andhra Pradesh to becoming a scientist, institutional builder, mentor, innovation advocate, and biotechnology leader, your story is truly, truly inspiring, very powerful. A reminder that purpose, perseverance, and continuous learning can transform lives and create lasting impact. Thank you so much for helping us tap into the gold mine of experience so that the future leaders can learn, grow, and contribute to the better world. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Saraj, for the opportunity. And through this opportunity, I'm able to reach larger audience also. It is a great privilege for me to be on your show. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm doing my bit. So this podcast viewers and audience and our FABA colleagues, I have had an opportunity to speak to them also on 5-dimensional leadership once. So this podcast will be available on YouTube. It will be available on Apple, Spotify, and all the other leading channels, your favorite leading channels. Stay tuned for another great story, great conversations. This is Saraj, the host of In the Line of Fire with Saraj, the show for CEOs, CXOs, and the thought leaders. And today we had one of the greatest thought leaders from biotechnology, industry, and life sciences, Dr. Pallu. Real leaders, real talks, real insights, and real impact. Thank you so much for your time. Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much, Dr. Pallu.
Thank you.